Hey guys, St. August here with another action figure review. This figure is NECA's first attempt at our favorite Dream Demon. This figure is based off of Freddy's appearance in the 2003 film Freddy vs. Jason, and it's part of a deluxe box set that was packed in with a Jason Voorhees, which also boasted his look from the 2003 film. First thing a collector might notice about this figure is the scale. Because it's part of a deluxe box set, this Kruger is significantly larger than the standard 7-inch figure. Here he is next to the Spirit and Tank Girl. Both are standard 7-inch figures, but as you can see, Freddy is both taller and beefier than both of them, when we all know that Robert Englund's portrayal of Fred Krueger is very svelte, very slender, and average height. So right off the bat you can see that there is a differential, and if you want this Fred Krueger to display with your normal 7-inch figure collection, he won't fit in scale per se. I think the best thing he fits in scale with is the Jason that was packed in with the box set, and even then he seems a little bit too tall to Jason, because, you know, Jason's taller, but they both seem like they're almost eye to eye. So in terms of scale, this guy isn't the best. So if you're just getting him loose to display with setup, then that might be a problem. But if you got him with the box set and you have the flame base and you have everything all set up nicely, then I say go right ahead and pick him up. I must say that as far as Freddy figures go, this is probably one of the figures that I like the least. The stance doesn't do it for me. The face is just okay. The shirt is well sculpted. All in all, it's just an okay sculpt. Paint on the pants is okay. I don't know if the camera is really picking it up or how it's going to transfer well onto YouTube, but you know, it's a solid brown pants, and there's dark browns and blacks in there, shaded in there to give it a three-dimensional look. But as far as, you know, pants go and painting and shading, it's just okay. There's some light browns on the tips of the wrinkles in the pants, but other than that, the paint job on the pants isn't that great. The shoes, on the other hand, are pretty damn cool. They're a flat black, but there's like some burgundy mix in there. There's some browns mixed in there. There's some reds mixed in there. So the shoes are really well painted. I think what I'm most impressed with is the chest area and the sweater. Like I said in previous reviews, I am one that is partial to the darker red and green Freddy sweater as opposed to the bright red and green that we saw in the 80s. So I really like how this comes off, and it's very dingy, and you could see all the lines, and you can see that his sweater has a pattern, and it looks like it's a knitted sweater. So I think that's really super cool paint wise. It's the same color palette as every other Freddy collectible or Freddy action figure. You have your pinks, and you have your bright reds, and your dark reds, and your flesh colors, and your tan. The face has quite a bit of wash on it. It also has like really washed out reds for the patches in his head, the lacerations in his head, whereas other Freddy figures tend to have a darker color, but you know, you kind of get the point if you take a look at it. It's really nicely done. So, paint-wise, it's not bad, and it's not fantastic, but I could say it's pretty good. It's a pretty good paint job for the head. If you take a look at it, there's not really much I can say, but if you look, it's amazing how it's such a worn-out paint job on it. It's very rustic, it's very dried out, it looks dim, and it looks dingy. It looks like it's a hat that's fading from its original color, and you can see it even more on the brim of the hat. So I think that's really cool. I think that's a nice touch, because you know, when people have hats, when you get an action figure that has a hat, you know, you can take the easy way out and just make it a flat black, and most people won't realize, but people who really love collecting and really love these guys, and people who are painters themselves, like, you know, myself and many other people on YouTube that collect and do customization, doing something like this is going the extra mile. Paint wise, once again, they went with the worn out, washed out color for the glove itself, and the traditional rustic metal finish for the fingers and the blades. So I think it's really nifty that they're staying with that idea instead of it just being a flat black, because I feel like, you know, when Mezco got the license, there was a discrepancy in what the glove looked like every time. So I'm glad that they stuck with this for the most part, because I think that it really works well for Freddy. And I like how there's a hole right in the middle of it. You can see the palm of his hand, and you can see his fingers. One thing I love is that you can see his fingers through the gloves. Not the knives, his actual fingertips. You can see them inside the glove. So I think that's super duper rad. Articulation wise, you know, it was around the time where it was more about being statuesque and not so much about being well posed. So, you know, you have a swivel on the head, and the head comes off easily. All of you who have seen the film know why, and I'll get to that in the accessories area. And joints are still really tight. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then the blade is on a ball joint. The glove is on a ball joint. He has waist articulation and he has ankle articulation. As far as accessories go, he comes with 2 other heads that were part of the set. I don't have them on me. I don't know what happened to them. I kind of misplaced them. But one had a magnet on the tip of its head so that Jason, who had an open palm that came with the set, would be able to hold Freddy's severed head. Spoilers for those who haven't seen the film, but Freddy gets decapitated, and the last image of the film is Jason coming out of the water with Freddy's severed head, and Freddy winks at the screen. So it comes with that head, and then it comes with an alternate head, for a more ferocious head from when Freddy was in a dream sequence where he was torturing Jason. So that's as far as accessories go, and I think that's more of a box set thing than just specific to Freddy. And you can count his hat, if you want to count his hat as an accessory, which I will carefully place on top of his head. So yeah, guys, that was my review of Fred Krueger from the 2003 Freddy vs. Jason box set. And could I recommend this guy on his own? I would say probably not. If you want to get a similar body mold, I would say go with the Springwood Slasher Con exclusive Freddy, because you do get more bang for your buck. You get yourself a Robert Englund face sculpt, you get yourself a couple other accessories, and you get, you know, the head sculpt in the hand to turn him into Freddy, and the hat. So I would say if you're getting this guy on his own, then get the Con exclusive. If you want the box set, then I say go for the box set, because you can't lose either way. That has been an action figure review, and until next time, you guys keep collecting, you guys keep viewing, keep sharing, and I'll catch you guys later.